what you saying, huh? Now what they saying, huh? Now what they saying, huh?
And we're here on Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Ashton Burrell. I'm standing here with a good friend of mine, Mrs. Ruth Byer, and we're here to talk about a very important subject that a lot of Americans should be talking about this month, autism. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So what is autism for the people out there that hear the word a lot but don't know exactly what autism is?
So autism is a neurological disorder. You are born with autism. And as far as I'm concerned, there is no cure. There are some people who feel that kids or adults can lose the diagnosis. They end up not having enough of the typical showings of disability to be considered autistic, but there are no known cures for autism. It's a neurological impairment that you're born with and you basically have for life.
Wow. So when you're born with autism, is there effects or certain symptoms that you see from birth, or is it that you have to wait a little while to notice?
Right. So mostly, I mean, you can start to see from the age of 1 and on, because communication is the main area of impairment. So you'll start to see, infants that don't necessarily play peekaboo with you, aren't making eye contact, aren't trying to imitate, because that's what infants will do at that stage. They imitate everything you do. And then when a lack of language comes, so when a child who's starting to talk isn't doing that, and the language is coming very late. So if you see that in your child, then you go to the pediatrician. And pediatricians over the last 10 years have gotten really good at screening for autism, much better. That's why they say actually that the rates of autism seem to be going so much higher, but they're saying it's better screening by pediatricians.
Okay. So what does autism mean to you?
So autism has affected my family. I have a son with autism. So autism is a spectrum, sort of like an umbrella. So on one side of the spectrum, you have kids who are significantly impaired communication-wise, kids who may not speak, kids who, may not be able to really be part of your family environment because they don't know how to react or to be with you. And then you have the other end of the spectrum where kids are very verbal but also have impairments in social skills and still in that area of communication. So having a conversation back and forth and recognizing nonverbal cues. So when you're talking to somebody and they're not interested anymore in the conversation, which is what you get when kids get older and they start to roll their eyes or move away from you. Kids on the spectrum may not necessarily get that cue, so they'll keep talking about what they want to talk about, and then their friends may get aggravated. So it really it can affect friendships mostly, and school is a big difficulty as well.
Definitely. Yeah. And speaking of difficulties and how sometimes it can aggravate people, what are ways that you deal with it that could be a help to some other people who's trying to figure out how they should deal with it?
That's a great question. So social media has been a huge thing, and that's helped me tremendously. Facebook and Twitter, I have found myself a group of people who are just like me, who have kids who are just like my kids, and they help me through everything. It's a support group that, I don't see them, I just talk to them through Facebook, but it's invaluable. So I have that, and then, you have the internet. So, Google anything, and you're going to come up with a million hits, because 1 in 41 kids right now in the state of New Jersey have been diagnosed on the autistic spectrum.
Wow.
So you're going to find information out there if you want to look for it.
Definitely. And if there's any advice you could give to parents or guardians or friends trying to support people with autism, what's some advice that you can give to them?
That's another great question. So I say don't isolate yourself, because it's very easy early on to be overwhelmed and sad and in mourning for what you thought you were going to have when your child is born. But when you find out right away, you can hook up with resources. There's early intervention. There's New Jersey autism. Autism Speaks, all different kinds of organizations that you can readily, pick up the phone and call them. And parents of autistic children. I had a question today, picked up the phone. I had someone on the phone for an hour with me, telling me about resources. They train police departments, they train schools. So there's so many things out there right now. To stay in your own family unit and try and deal with it by yourself is not the best way. I say get out there, get out there.
So people, get out there, get active, get busy. Is there any more words you want to say to people about autism?
No, that's good. I appreciate that, it's Autism Awareness Month.
Yes.
And I think it's very important. And I think the autistic world is trying to make it Autism Acceptance Month more than Autism Awareness.
Definitely.
So the awareness is there. People know what it is. Now we have to move to the acceptance part.
Definitely.
So our kids and our family members are part of our world and not shuffled off into a back room somewhere.
Definitely. And what are ways people who may not have a family member or a friend with autism, what are ways they can get involved? Things that they could do to help out?
You know what? The biggest thing, educate yourself. Because the worst part for a family member or someone who is living with autism is when you're out and people stare and people make judgment calls. And, what's wrong with that kid? Why is he doing that? Because sometimes it's an invisible disability. Sometimes it's obvious that there's an issue because the child's nonverbal, the child is, doing flapping, which is, an autism thing. But sometimes it's not, those things aren't there. And you have a kid who's talking and playing and walking and sometimes doing things that don't necessarily appear normal. And the worst thing is when, someone comes over and says, what's wrong? Why is your kid doing that? Your kid shouldn't be acting like that. That's the worst. So I say, just educate yourself. Just read a little bit about it. If you have any questions, ask the parent.
Definitely. With that being said, we thank you for joining us.
Thank
today
you, Ashton. Wonderful.
We'll be back with more Talk of the Town. Did you know about 40% of high school graduates don't attend college each year due to financial restraints? So that's why I decided to start the Hometown Hero Club, where 25% of each purchase will go towards a scholarship fund and be awarded at the end of each year to the next hometown hero. And we're here on Talk of the Town. Today we have a very special guest, Miss Diamond Call from New Day Associates, the red carpet host for the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show with us today. It's a huge weekend coming up.
Yes.
First weekend in April?
April 8th through 10th, it is Mr. John Blasingame's 37th anniversary celebration. I mean, to be in the entertainment industry for 37 years is quite an accomplishment. Yeah. He's a publisher of magazines like Today's Black Women's Magazine, Hype Hair Magazine, Black Men's Magazine,
yes.
And so many more. So he can't just have one party, He has 5, major events within 3 days, and just so wonderful to report it.
Definitely. So with these 37 years, how does it feel for you to work with someone like that that's been in this for 37 years?
Oh gosh, I've been his red carpet host for the past 2 years, and my life has changed drastically. I was really green, straight out of college, and I knew I could write, I knew I had to drive, but I had no idea what it was to be, a red carpet host for, Mr. Blasingame. I've met boxers, actors, CEOs, magazine owners, and it's very humbling to be mentored by someone who, just gave me the chance just because, and he does this not just for me, for everyone. Yeah. If you come to his events, if you really tell him, hey, I have a magazine, I need to help get published, or I'm a model, I want to, take my career, I'm a singer, I'm an actress, whatever it is, Mr. Blasingame's like, okay, well, if you're willing to work hard, and he's gonna work you.
Definitely.
If you're willing to work hard, he will just make your dreams come true. And it is an honor.
Definitely. So what? Did you go to school for that? I know you said right fresh out of college, you got right into it.
Yes, I went to Cheney University for undergrad. Yes, I did.
I'm a Lincoln Lion, but I'm a Lincoln Lion.
Oh, you're a Lincoln Lion?
Yes,
okay,
man.
Well then I have problems with you after this interview, though. And then I went to LaSalle University for grad school, and I took up speech pathology. And I knew nothing. Basically, that did nothing for me really. To really grasp what it was to be a red carpet host, you have to be, like that, very intuitive on it. You have your memory, like,
gotta be crazy.
Oh my gosh, it's not.
We had that conversation earlier.
Like it's not. My memory is horrible, and remembering so many names. If I interview you and I mess up your name, I'm so sorry. But it is amazing.
Definitely. So what, besides the memory game that you got to play with yourself,
right?
What's your favorite part about being a red carpet host?
My favorite part is telling the stories. That's why I wanted to be a journalist. So many people that come across New Day Associates have amazing stories. They started businesses from nothing, and now they're billionaires, millionaires. Mr. Bernard Bronner, who is Mr. Blasingham's basically right-hand man, he's famous for the, Bronner Brother hair shows. Comes here frequently, These are people who I grew up with, and I'm watching them on TV like, wow, how did they, become them? And now I have the opportunity to not only learn for myself, but I can show that to the world.
Definitely. So with the weekend coming up, could you give us like a sneak peek
Yes.
of what to expect?
All right. First of all, it starts April 8th. It's a Friday night. Yandy, who just came out with her book, The Beauty of Branding and Business, is coming out to sign copies.
Oh.
She's also on the cover of Nora Magazine, which is also a launch party for Nora Magazine, who Mr. Blasingame is a publisher for. So Yandy's coming out to unveil her cover of this magazine and to sign, books, copies of her book. Mr. Paul Anthony from House Party Movies, he's the bully, with all the muscles and stuff. And he's a member of Full Force. He's coming out to support. Vinny from Naughty by Nature, he's just coming out just to party with it, and have fun. And it's just going to be so many other celebrities like that for Friday night. It sets the tone for like the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, definitely.
Then Saturday we have a seminar. It's from 12 to 3. It's how to build $1 million business.
Oh wow!
Yeah, we have Dr. Dudley of Dudley Products and all of the hair products that basically all African American women use. You've used it at least once before. And he's coming out there to really just discuss how he started his business, Black Man Becoming a Millionaire, Then he has Amir Wars and Miss Dana Crosby. They're hairstylists to the nations. They've done celebrity, hair. They know the tea, they know what you need to know if you want to be a hairstylist or just in the industry. Then later on that night, on Saturday, because this is just 3 things out of 5.
Wow,
that Saturday, Mr. Blasingame's actual party is happening. So he has a fashion show run by Vernon Robertson. Then he has a musical showcase. I mean, I didn't even tell you on Friday. So many musical, just so much is going on. But a musical showcase is going down. And another networking party. I mean, you have to think, he's a publisher of a magazine for over 30 years. He knows Hip Hop Weekly is one of the sponsors. Hip Hop Weekly is like on Love and Hip Hop and all of that type of stuff. So all of his executive people are coming in just to have fun and to network, look for talent. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be seen. Okay. And so the next day, the final day, Smooches Magazine, in conjunction with New Day Associates, they're going to have a full-figure model workshop.
Oh, wow.
Because we're not discriminating. You can be a size 0, size 2, or you can be a size 10, size 20. You're beautiful at the end. And so Smooches Magazine, in association with New Day Associates, is having a model workshop for full-figure women to learn how to pose, knowing your body, loving your body, and knowing what angles work for you. PR, things like that. And it's run by Shantae Bradley. And then finally, at the end of the day, at 6 o'clock, when everyone is all tired and crazy, then we have the International Model of the Year competition.
Oh, that's going to be huge.
Yes.
That's going to be huge.
Mr. Blasingame is flying out 2 models, male and female, to either London, Paris, or Rome.
Wow.
I want to get flown out one of these times. I'm not in the competition. I just want to go.
I might change the career.
Okay, you see what I'm saying? We're doing the wrong thing here.
Just for the weekend.
You know, and you know, they get a spread in the magazine because he owns all of them anyway. And you know, just a bunch of different consolation prizes. And right after that competition, Smooches Magazine is having their first annual full-figured model competition.
Wow.
Where, you know, they're getting a spread in the magazine, they're getting a Havana watch, they're getting all types of perks. So this is all 3 days worth of Mr. Burlesque Game Change Your Life.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that. So, with all that said, what's the one thing that you're looking forward to that weekend?
Gosh. Okay, can I be vain? Can I just be diamond really quick?
Oh, please do.
Michelle Blanchard. Michelle Blanchard has agreed to design a dress for me, and she's designed Nicole Parker, who is married to Boris Kojo. I wore one of her designs the last time, and really, it's that feeling of I've worked to the point where someone's now dressing me. That's a new level. Okay? You know, like. That is so yeah, like that means that I worked really hard. I've lost sleep. I've, you know, shown respect to the people that I had to do to get to the point where I don't gotta worry about what I'm wearing that day, you know?
Well, you did a great job. You did a great job, even though you're from Cheney.
See, never mind. I think we beat you in like all of the sports.
With that being said, we thank Miss Diamond for joining us today.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. I hope we can see you again on the show one of these days.
Please, I will do, yes.
We'll be back with more Talk of the Town. Did you know about 40% of high school graduates don't attend college each year due to financial restraints? So that's why I decided to start the Hometown Hero Club, where 25% of each purchase will go towards a scholarship fund and be awarded at the end of each year to the next hometown hero. And we're here on the Talk of the Town with Ashton Burrell. We're sitting here with the CEO of Hip Hop TV, Mr. Sean Cranberry. Thank you, Mr. Cranberry, for joining us today.
All good, all good.
Appreciate you. So we could just jump right into it.
Okay.
What is Hip Hop TV for the people that don't know?
All right. So Hip Hop TV is a global hip hop network. We focus on streaming platforms and application broadcast models. So you can download the app. You can go to the website. You can look at it on set-top boxes, Roku, Chromecast, Apple TV. It's basically the new way of broadcast. So we know that people now prefer to consume content like that. So that's how we send the signal. So we do original programming, we do music videos, we do interview shows like this.
Yes,
we got to talk about business.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, so it's a global hip hop network. But we don't focus on just the United States. So Japan, Africa, Europe, Asia, global hip hop culture.
Yes, sir. So how did you even get involved with, like, what gave you the idea, I'm gonna do this? This was gonna happen.
So I was born into the music industry. So my family is the one that created Club Nouveau, Invo,
Wow.
Tony. My mother was the CEO of our family production company. So when I was a little kid, I was running around. Michael Jackson, Madonna as a little kid.
Wow.
This is how I grew up. So from that, my good friend Shakir Stewart, we started throwing parties together in high school. He went on to be L.A. Reid's right-hand man.
Wow.
And then he went on to head Def Jam. So
wow.
his head was Jay-Z's boss. so
Can't complain about that.
I've been doing this my whole life. So
Okay.
when we started thinking about the music industry is kind of capping down, what direction do we need to go in?
Yes, sir.
So we really started attacking technology. So Hip Hop TV is really a technology company because we develop applications and layer technology that focus on hip hop culture.
Wow.
So we went from music business when it was dying, said let's jump to technology.
Let's jump right
Go
on
get
it.
this money.
Let's get into
Go
it.
get this money.
Let's get right into it. Let's get right into it.
Yeah.
So the how has it been to watch the hip hop industry change? You know, in the sense of business wise, you know, from record sales to even the way people promote themselves.
Right.
You know, how has it been to watch it? You know, from the '90s when it was like,
Right.
you know, it was it. You know, to now where you could just have a song out for a week that
Right.
spiral and you're the hottest thing out. How's that
To
been?
me, some people say, music industry is beautiful because the music industry you know, is one big hustle.
Yes, sir.
So see these big major corporations, you know, give you a deal and give you 8 points, and they keep 92 points. And you go out there and do all the work and everything. At the end of the day, you still owe them some money. And they gave you some money to record your album. I'm so glad them days are gone.
Yes, sir.
Now artists get to release their music to the public, direct. You got to work your butt off too, but you work your butt off,
Yes,
and then
sir.
you get the money.
Yes, sir.
And then like the middleman taking all your money or lending you the money. Now, if you really put in the work, as you can see,
You gonna
with artists that was working at Foot Locker one week, they tagged a bunch of
superstars.
people, they tweeted, they figured it out with social media. My point is with social media and with the low cost of production now, there's no reason for artists ever to sign a record deal. There's no reason.
No.
Unless they come to you with a business proposition. First of all, they don't even talk to you unless you kind of already made it anyway.
Yeah.
Then you make a business deal. As your company, I will partner my company with your company to maybe take my product worldwide. Any conversation besides that,
You don't
do
want
it yourself.
That's a secret. They didn't
Do
want
it
us to-
yourself.
That's
Do
a
it
secret
yourself.
they didn't want us
Oh,
to tell.
yeah. They hate this technology stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes, sir.
it's great for the artists because artists have been ripped off since the beginning of the music industry. Now we're leveling the playing field. But you don't have to go there for nothing. You know,
Sir.
your cousin got a studio in the garage. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can make it happen.
High quality music.
And the
You know,
garage coming,
your
sir.
homie got the camera and went to junior college and learned how to edit. Shoot your own music video. You don't need nobody no
You
more.
don't need nothing. Instagram, your PR now.
Yeah, you don't need no. So it's a great time for artists.
Yes, sir. So, what's in your iPod right now? What you listening to right now? Who
You know
are
what? I'm a
listening to?
golden era hip hop guy. So Ed Lover is my business partner with Hip Hop TV. You know, so I honestly still bump Rakim. You
Okay,
know,
okay.
I still bump golden era stuff. I'm from Oakland,
Okay.
so I gotta bump my Too Short. See, I'm
Too Short.
Yeah. So I'm really. I have a team that really keep their pulse to the ground of everything that's hot around the world.
Yes, sir.
But me personally, you know, I'm bumping Rakim and Too Short and old school.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, before we close out, what's some advice you can give to young people nowadays that's trying to get into the industry and, trying to do what you do? Trying to beat the next generation to the punch, because that's basically what you did.
Right. Well, I think education and networking is the key. With social media, you can reach anybody.
Yes, sir.
So there's no excuse anymore. Send a Facebook message, send a tweet, Instagram, get into the social network. At the end of the day, you got to know what to do.
Yes, sir.
You just can't guess. I run a technology company, but I also went to UC Berkeley. I'm also very well educated.
Yes, sir.
So, and I studied, how to run a business. So, education is very, very important, and it also gives you a fallback plan. So, if I didn't work in technology, I could go be a college professor.
Yes, sir.
So I can do something else
Definitely.
in that realm. So it's education and then really understanding social media. Because there's nothing you can't teach yourself now. YouTube tutorials, teach you how to edit,
everything.
how to work a camera,
Yes, sir.
anything. How to build your app.
anything
You can watch a video on YouTube. They teach you how to
Anything
do
you
that.
need.
So there's no excuses. There's really no excuses no more. Before it was a wall between information. Some days are gone. There's no excuse no more.
Definitely.
It's out there. Go get it and do it. Like they just said that.
Yeah, go get it.
Go get it and do it.
Yes, sir. So is there any way people could follow you or social media or anything?
Yeah. You can follow me. It's Hip Hop TV Live. Is a tag. Facebook Hip Hop TV. You go to our website hiphoptv.com. Please go to the App Store and download the app and start watching. We're looking for content. So we're looking for shows
Yes,
for Hip Hop TV.
sir.
Personal message to you.
Okay.
We're looking for shows for Hip Hop TV.
Yes,
and we're
sir.
looking for shows around the world.
Yes, sir.
So please hit us up. We're looking for content. We're
Yes,
looking
sir.
for shows. We want to tell the history and stories of the culture. And hip hop culture is not just breakdancing and rapping.
Yeah.
It's walking down the street.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Hip hop is a whole thing. So we want all these stories housed at Hip Hop TV.
Perfect. So we thank you for joining us, Mr. Cranberry.
Appreciate it.
We look to see you again on the show.
All right.
And we'll be back with more Talk of the Town. Thanks for tuning in. Did you know about 40% of high school graduates don't attend college each year due to financial restraints? So that's why I decided to start the Hometown Hero Club, where 25% of each purchase will go towards a scholarship fund and be awarded at the end of each year to the next hometown hero.
And now, welcome to Fashion 101 with your host, Rick Styles.
I'm back. Fashion 101 with Rick Styles. We're going to speak on spring fashion, fellas. Some pieces you're going to need in your closet to lead you on to the summer season. Let's start directly with the footwear. Air Max that you've been buying all winter with all the crazy colors, it's the time to bring them out. Also, good brands, Adidas, New Balance, Diodorus, Asics, they all make a mean tennis shoe, but this is the time where you're going to have to rock it. Vans, Chuck Taylor, low cut, and fellas, definitely you're going to need that loafer when you go out between 5:30 to 7:45, nice dinner date. You should have that loafer on. Let's move on to the pants. Nice fit jean, not too long where you got to double cuff it, looking like a farmer. It's not a good look. Especially when you get the true religions and it be too long, you be stepping on it, ripping the jean, we call that a flat tire. That's a no-no. Make sure you get a nice fit jean, little one cuff, but it don't have to be a skinny jean or the nice fit. And definitely, go ahead and try that color khaki. You might not like it in the store, but when you put it on, it's gonna look nice. And definitely the ladies gonna like it as well. Let's move up top. Get you a little nice sweatshirt. It doesn't have to have the big logo on, you look like a billboard. Gray. It's always good to have the gray sweatshirt for the late night when it's chilly and you don't want to have the jacket on. Get an Oxford shirt, a denim shirt. Make sure when you do get it that it's not a lot of room on the side, that it fits your midsection. But don't go where you get the small to medium and your sleeve starts to look like this. It's not a good look. Just because it fits here, it gotta fit here as well. Put that shirt back. Let's go to the outerwear. Get you a nice rain jacket, a bomber jacket, a members only jacket, and you definitely can't go wrong with the denim jean jacket. It's a good look. Fellas, that's really it for me. From top to bottom, bottom to top. Some pieces that you can use in your closet to move from spring to summer and look fresh. It's Rick Styles signing off. See y'all later.
What's up? It's your girl Rosie Red. Today on Spar at the Bar, we got my man Edison. He's a mentor, author, does it all. We're going to speak a little bit. We grew up in the same town, so we got a lot to relate to. Is there anything you want to say, Edison?
Yes,
Introduction?
thank you for having me. It's a pleasure for me to be here. Like she said, author, motivational speaker. I do events with NFL players. I do it all. Entrepreneur. I do it all.
You've mentioned the book. What's that about? It's called Second Chance, right?
So let me tell you how I went about. So, I started my mentoring program in October 2013, and I went through a lot. I went through things that some of it was my choice, some of it was because I wanted to be cool, some of it was because peer pressure, some of it because I just wanted to be down.
Yeah.
Things we do as being young, and I felt like yes, it was okay that I'm helping the youth in my town. But what about the youth in out of state, in New York, in Chicago, Dominican Republic, anywhere else? Like how I'm gonna get to them? So I said, you know what? I feel like I have a story to tell. No matter what nobody say, I have a story to tell, and I'm sure somebody gonna read that book and say, you know what? I was here. I'm not gonna make that mistake because he made that mistake and look where he ended up at.
Absolutely.
So that's how the book came about. The book is called Second Chance: Life Lessons Turned into Living Dreams. It's about my life. It talk about my struggles, how I got to where I'm at now, the effectiveness of having a good mentor by your side, and just being able to overcome society and the cycle of you having to go to jail to be tough, or you having to sell drugs to be cool. So I just talk about breaking the cycles and really achieving greatness within yourself.
And I know you definitely are involved with the community.
Yes.
I've seen you do so much charity work. You want to speak a little bit on
Yes,
that?
I do autism walk. I got
Yes.
one coming up April 23rd.
I'll be there. I'm trying to go there.
you know how that came about too. It always comes back from my childhood.
Yeah.
And seeing what was done for me and being able to give back. I do a feed the homeless, a turkey drive. I do a toy drive.
I've seen the turkey drive.
And the reason, they all in my second annual. It's my second year doing all of them. And the reason why I do that is because I remember the times where my parents didn't have a turkey, a dinner to make the family, a toy to give me and my siblings.
Absolutely.
And I used to always see people come from church and come from different places and make sure we had the turkey, make sure we had the toys. And I always said to myself, and sometimes I said it out loud and people laugh, I said one day when I get older and I get successful, me myself, I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the same thing. I don't want to help for nobody. I want to buy the turkeys. I want to buy the toys and give back to my community.
And you've done a lot and more.